All right. Let's see if this thing is on. Hello? Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to my stream. My name is Vicious Bubbles. If you don't know me, get to know me. Come through to be the homie. I do hope everybody is having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, or great night, wherever time zone you boys and girls are from, all around the world. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, click that notification bell so you always get notified. Sorry. We do appreciate everybody that did support us when we first started the channel, and we do appreciate everybody in the future. It's all thanks to each and every one of y'all. Much love to y'all from Texas. I do hope everybody is doing wonderful. Give me 1 second. Let me turn this off. There we go. No more sound. Alright, let me just put these tags in real quick, and then we'll go ahead and switch to the camera. Here. I do apologize. I just gotta do one more thing. Gotta put in some tags. Save that. Alright. That should be good. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch to... Oh, snap. Got to make this bigger. Let's see. We'll make it full screen today, just because we are going to be talking. I was thinking of having like me just right here, with like my games in the background. Not that we're gaming or anything today. Today we're just going to be chatting, answering some questions. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I see a chat. Hold on, let me see. Why is it not popping up over here? Hold on. Let me full screen. There we go. Now I see your chat. Okay. What up, Emmanuel? Appreciate you stopping by. Boundaries? Question mark? In regards to questions? I mean, yeah. I mean, no. You know what? To be honest, it really depends. But at the same time, I mean, I'm kind of curious to what questions you would ask, if that makes sense. Like I said, man, I am curious to see what y'all, have in mind. Obviously, I want to keep that creativity out there for y'all, just so y'all could be creative and, do what you want in a sense, but don't go too overboard, you know? This is to protect you. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we're just gonna be vibing out. I forgot to open the blinds. Hold up. Get a um, little bit more lighting. All right. But yeah, it's been pretty cloudy. I ain't gonna lie. The sun's not out, which is pretty good. Um, Wind's not blowing either. It's kind of not really. I see the tree branches kind of moving. They want to. We were outside for the past 2 weeks. The reason why I keep talking about outside. Um, this past month, we've actually been outside doing a bunch of yard work, cutting trees and stuff like that. Trimming trees, cutting trees down, taking the roots out, cutting the grass, 2.5 acres of land, with the lawnmower and a weed eater. That's a rough day. A rough couple days that we had. But I'm kind of glad that we're basically finished. All we have to do is clean up. Like, we're just cleaning up a little bit of like tree branches. They all have thorns, which, if y'all know, here in Texas, well, anywhere, if you see thorns, bro, I mean, it's been a hassle. We've been poked, stabbed, all over the place. So it was pretty crazy. I was actually we were cutting down a branch with the little like tree branch trimmers, and when it fell down, I didn't think it was gonna fall right on top of me, right? Because the way I cut it so it went away from me. Because I've been cutting trees down for a good minute. Um, so it was weird because it fell right. I guess the trajectory of the wind just so happened to throw the branch full of thorns all onto my hands. And I was scraped up for a good minute. I'm not alive for like, I think, a good week. My whole arm was just like full of cuts, and I've been healing up. I mean, for the most part. So they're already going away. They're kind of small, but yeah. This past month, that's all I've been doing is working outside, doing a bunch of yard work. If y'all know, it's been super hot this past month, well, this past year. So to even be working outside is like crazy, bro. For a whole month, like every day going outside around this time too, or it's usually from like, sometimes we'll go out at 12 in the afternoon, and sometimes we'll go out at 2 p.m. So, and that's like the hottest time of the day. So in a way, like that's crazy to even be out there. Yeah, it looks like you're helping out more. I remember you saying you needed to help more. Yeah, yeah, I've been stuck in my room for a minute. Like when I was streaming, I mean, obviously you get too stuck to your surroundings, and I just, wanted to touch grass, so to speak. I wanted to go outside. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of videos, obviously YouTube and stuff where people are doing stuff outside. I'm still inside. Obviously, I want to do like vlogs and stuff where I go out, um, you know, whether it be to the movies or, like little places, the mall. Our mall's kind of run down. A lot of places around here are kind of run down. To be honest, I think the most things we really have is like, going for us is I mean, there's clubs, there's bars. I don't really go to those. But I mean, like restaurants and stuff. If I ever go out to eat and stuff, I could, do a vlog. I just want to do more like outside type of videos, but it's kind of hard to at the same time because the I don't think the Wi-Fi will reach that far because we have 2.5 acres. Excuse me, hold up. Give me 1 second. So we have like 2.5 acres of land. Even if I were to go outside and do, a couple of things, because I mean, I like sports, obviously. Growing up, I've always done like football, basketball, soccer. I mean, everybody's probably done every sport growing up or seen it. Um, so for me, that was an accomplishment. I don't know. How do I say it? Skateboarding. Skateboarding was one of my biggest, I would say, accomplishments because a lot of people are scared to skate. And skateboarding isn't for everyone because man, I've hurt myself so many times. There was times where I wanted to give up. I, I scraped my knees, I scraped my arms, I scraped my face, I hit the back of my head, the front of my head, like, going up and down ramps. We always take risks, especially when skateboarding. And grinding the rails, doing the pyramids, the speeder ramps, the just everything. Like it was quarter pipes, like it was pretty crazy, man. I had a crazy time growing up. I ain't gonna lie. We would skate the post office. Like me and my friends, we would just go run around and be skating in the post office, and they would run us off. They would have security come out, and it was like a whole um, just a riot. We would fight against them sometimes and just like talk like, hey, we're not hurting anyone, we're just skateboarding, we're just trying to find a place to go. It's super hot outside, we're over here trying to negotiate with them. And uh, sometimes they'll let us skate, sometimes they'll look the other way, but most of the time, they have to kick us out. What area are you from in Texas? I'm in South Texas, man. So I'm down south. Um, born in the South Texas area. I won't say where, but just know that it's close to Mexico. We're at the very tip of Texas, very bottom. If you look at Texas, just know we're at the very, very bottom. We're like the little dot on the very bottom. Nah, I'm just playing. That's actual Mexico. We're kind of like I'd say not midway. We're not near Austin. I know that. We're not near Austin, Texas. We're not near Dallas. We're not near, or we're kinda. I mean, it's a couple hour drive, but for the most part, like I said, I would think, just to get to Corpus, it's like 30 hour, 20 hours, 16. Um, so it's pretty far. Like distance wise, there's a lot of cities around here. Um, super small cities around me, and then there's the big cities around me as well. But to get to those big cities, you gotta go like well, where I'm from, we have to go at least a good 4, 5 cities away to get to the big cities. Hey, what up, Obito? Welcome to the stream, my friend, my German friend. How you doing today? How's everyone doing? My bad, I'm kind of slouched, bro. I'm literally I moved the mic. Okay, let me explain. I moved the mic so it's not in the way, but I'm so used to looking at the mic that I'm literally over here looking, at the mic when I should be looking at the camera. Okay, my bad. Let me turn the mic. Let me get used to this because I'm not used to. I'm used to sitting, playing games and stuff. I'm used to like focusing on one thing. I can't do. I can multitask, but at the same time, I'm kind of bad at it. If that makes sense. There's times where I can do it and I'll do it very well, and then there's times where it's just like I feel like I know I can do it. It's just I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean, right? It's because I've always been kind of like not a perfectionist, but in a way, I've always been the type of person to try to do better, right? If I fail at something, I'm always gonna try to fix it, if that makes sense. Like even streaming wise, when I first used to stream, man, I'm telling you, nobody, nobody. Well, there was a lot of people that stopped by, so I can't really say this, but what I was gonna say is nobody would have wanted to watch me. That's a tongue twister. Back then, because back then I was something else, man. Um, but nowadays I feel like I'm more, considerate, more chill, more um, life's kind of grew on me the over these years, so been appreciating life more. You know what I mean? Been outside, doing what I gotta do, feeding the cats, feeding the dog. I got two German shepherds, a boy and a girl, outside in the back, and then I got like six cats. I used to have 20, right? I used to be the crazy cat lady back in the day. Actually, I think it was almost at 30. I almost had 30 cats here, bro. It was crazy. Um, a lot of them ran away, and six of them stayed. So that was pretty crazy. From 30 cats, I went down to six. I'm fine. What about y'all? I'm doing good, Obito. Thank you for asking. Hopefully everything's well for you in Germany. How's everything treating y'all? Like, what you been up to? Are you a natural hugger? Me and my young friends are all huggers. I wonder why it's so frowned on. So, hugging in general, I mean, it's natural affection. You know what I mean? You hug your cousins, you hug your grandma, you hug your mom, you know what I mean? Like it's something that's it's yeah, it's pretty natural. Especially if you're at that, like homie status, you're to that point where you're like real, you have that real connection with each other. Um, I mean, I wouldn't see why not. I had a few stray cats too, but I moved on, so no cats anymore. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, me personally, I used to like my dog way back in the day. It was a pit bull, a blue nose pit bull. Um, super cute dog, man. I ain't gonna lie. It was aggressive. I mean, to other people, like it did not like nobody but me. I'm telling you, like even my mom, my family, they couldn't get nowhere near me because of the fact that my dog was so like aggressive to anybody getting near me. But like I said, that was a long time ago, and I remember that's when I used to live in the middle of nowhere. We used to always walk the trail. It was I mean, this was like 10 years ago. I used to walk the trail with my horse, Buddy. Well, it wasn't my horse, it was my stepdad's horse. But I would walk with him, and then I would walk with my dog, and we would just go and walk the trail. I would hold the horse, obviously, or I would even ride the horse while the dog just kind of chilled with us. Because over there too, we had geese, we had chickens, roosters, we had goats, we had a bunch of farm animals growing up, like a bunch. I'm talking about full time like ranch. Like I'm doing good, Obito. Just trying to use 1,000% of my brain power to not ask traumatizing questions. That's funny. What's up, bro? Hey, what up, Kayla? Appreciate you stopping by. Good evening. Good evenings. Hope all is well with you. Same with you, Kayla. Appreciate you stopping by, taking the time out of your day. I do appreciate it. Smash that like. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome, Kayla. Appreciate you for welcoming Kayla, Emmanuel. Appreciate you. What up, guys? What up, best DBD player? Is that what you want to be called? Or do you have like a name? That's a cool name. I ain't gonna lie. I used to play DBD. Hello, formerly best DBD player. Appreciate you welcoming DBD, Emmanuel, once again. Much love. Yeah, I think the lighting kind of dimmed down. It's only 3 and it's looking kind of cloudy. Hopefully it doesn't rain. What type of questions are we asking? I mean, feel free to ask. This is the thing, guys. Like, you can ask me, and if it's too graphic, right? If it's to the point where I can't answer it, you know what I mean? Like if it's to that point where it's like, you know, like social security number or like what's your address, you know? Like I'm not gonna do those, obviously. Um but like simple random questions, what's your favorite type of sport? What's like actual questions, or in a way, like if you come up with something creative, let me know. Because I know there's some creative questions out there that could be random. There's some random questions that could be random. I mean, it always depends on, what's going on through your mind. Have you tried the Five Nights at Freddy's update to DBD? I did. I actually tried that with my cousin. Me and my cousin and his friend actually played that. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's. I never really got to play the actual like mobile game, but or the PC game, because I know I used to watch Markiplier like play it back in the day. I even saw him like he was able to, just by playing like Five Nights at Freddy's, like he got to meet Jack Black, bro. Like that was crazy. Okay, okay. Sounds good. What's everyone's age? So I know what the age range is looking like. Oh, well my channel is it's for mature content, man. So you're good. Most of the people that usually stop by are 18 and up. Or 25 and up. I've looked through I think it's like 18 to 25 and 25 to like 48 or something like that. That's usually the age groups. Um, what do you guys call carbonated drinks down there? Depending on where you are, the name changes. Let's see, carbonated drinks. So what are you talking about, like soda? Or are you talking about because I know some people call it pop. We call it soda. I don't know. That's a difference. But yeah, like Cokes is Cokes, Coca-Cola, Sprite. You know, like we usually call it by the name. You call it pop? Yeah, yeah. We call it soda. You want to fight? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, you're from Michigan, right? Yeah, my friend, he's from Michigan. He calls it pop. So it's funny that you mentioned that because he used to always talk about it. He's like, "Man, I gotta get a pop. I gotta," and I'm like, "What the hell? Like, what's this man talking about?" It's always so crazy, growing up, man, knowing that you live a certain way, that you talk a certain way. I mean, a lot of people, when they hear you speak, obviously people can hear an accent, right? And I've always thought that this is so interesting that people can hear your accent, you can hear people's accents, but like for some reason you just can't hear your own, right? You can't really hear your own accent, but people know you have an accent because other places around the world, I mean, obviously they could hear your tone, hear your voice, and they know it's different, you know? It's different than a lot of people. Everybody has their unique voice. Let me just say it. Um, it's soda and will only be soda. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Bubs is around early 30s. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually at my 30s. I just hit 30 last year. Gonna hit 31 in October, which is in 2 months. So I mean, 31 already, bro. That's crazy. Been here 31 years. Well, almost. We'll see. We'll see, hopefully. What about you, Emmanuel? You seem cool. Oh, you want my age? Age range? I was just wondering. I don't have an accent. I'll be 23 next year. Good old American. Nice age. Americans have an accent. It's just we can't hear it. Yeah, yeah, we can't hear it. Like honestly, like I've never really heard an act like it's weird. Like it's hard to hear an accent. Like you could hear it yourself, but when it comes to your own voice, it's hard to catch it. That if that makes sense. But yeah, another thing too, we were outside. These past couple of days, man, have been crazy with the tree cutting and stuff. The amount of bees, man, the amount of bees that we had to run away from. Bees, wasp, like you name it, bro. There was red jackets, yellow jackets. There was, there was everything. There was a couple like wasp nests and beehives outside that had been sitting there for a minute. So when I went outside to go clean, for this past month that I was talking about earlier during the video, um, so I've been outside this past month every day, working outside, cutting trees, trimming down the bushes, cutting down the grass, 2.5 acres of land, a lot of land, or a lot of, grass. So it's not just your normal like cut and go. Like I sat there for days and days of a lot of hard work, with, the help of my sister and her husband. So it was pretty crazy. You didn't harvest the honey? I did not. I was trying not to get stung because for most people that don't know, I am allergic to bees. So, well, I don't know necessarily if I'm like super allergic, but like to actual bees, but I know the pollen like in their stinger. Um, I don't know if it's just the pollen that I'm allergic to because I had got stung by a bee when I was young. My whole foot was like fat. right? He turned into like a whole Mickey Mouse glove. So I don't know. Like I said, to me, I thought I was allergic. I stepped on a bee when I was a kid. I went to the pool and I was in the deep end, and everybody was splashing water in and out of the pool. So there was a bunch of puddles. Um, and when I got out of the pool, I didn't see a puddle, and I kind of walked, through the puddle because I'm a kid and I'm just gonna run and then jump back in the pool. So I wasn't looking down. That was one thing my mom used to always tell me, like, be aware of your surroundings. And man, I was truly not, I was truly not aware of my surroundings as a kid. I mean, even now, like, it's pretty obvious how to be aware of your surroundings, but even when you are aware, sometimes you get caught off guard. So, you know what I mean? You can't blink. That's one thing. Like, observation is everything, bro. I see you use AI a lot for your thumbnails. You know they still artists work without their consent, right? Do they? I didn't know that. To be honest, I had just been using it because, like I said, it was an easier way to do a thumbnail. But that's good to know. Like I said, for the most part, I know how to do my own thumbnails. They're not professional or anything like that. So I was just trying to upgrade on mine just a little bit, make it look nice. But for the most part, you're right. I heard something about that, like that AI, well, that AI is becoming more frequent, but it's because it's there, man. I had did it once, I think, because I was dating this one girl, and I won't disclose names or anything like that. But I was dating this one girl, and she actually ended up making me, I think it was a cover image or something like that, profile profile picture, and then from a profile picture, like, she ended up making me a thumbnail, and then from there I just kind of started using it. But like I said, it's not that I'm lazy, man. It's just it's a lot of work too. I would pay somebody if I had the money, but money's tight. Can't be paying for like for artists nowadays, man. The artists, I mean, they charge what they charge because they do good jobs and stuff like that. But it's rough out here, man. Trying to come up, like, it's not easy. I'm not saying to do it. It's just, when you broke, you broke. You gotta find some type some type of way to kind of stand out, right? And it's not easy. Like, talking, I could talk all day, but to, like, actually be the type of person to, how do you say it? Like, cause YouTube, when you think about it, YouTube wants a great thumbnail, right? If I make a thumbnail, it's not gonna be the greatest. I'm gonna have to work with tools that are super inefficient or inefficient, and, like, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? It's gonna look crappy. It's gonna look, like shit. So it's like always wanted my channel to look more professional, right? That's what I'm trying to aim for. Trying to look a little bit better, just to kind of stand out. Everybody does clickbait thumbnails. Everybody does a bunch of thumbnail, like, all over like, there's billions of streamers. Keep in mind, there's so many streamers out there that are using AI right now. So I can't really feel bad for using it. I mean, I do feel bad, but at the same time, like, it's hard, man, to wake up, make a thumbnail, or at night, late at night, because I've done it. I've done streaming on top of, school, on top of work, on top of, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, bro, there's only so many hours during the day, and it's really hard to kind of manage your time, especially when, I got family things to do. I got, a bunch of chores to do every day, or that I give myself. Not that I have to do, but that I, do, because of the fact that I want things to look good around here. You know what I mean? Like I've always been a hard worker. So I'm trying to say like a lot of people take the easy route with AI because it's easier to maintain their time, you know? You know, and especially paying somebody too. You pay somebody later when you get bigger, obviously you can pay for an artist or a designer to make your thumbnails to make them look professional and stuff like that. I don't got a lot of money like that, bro. So I can't just come up out of nowhere like that, you know? Um, a lot of people will charge what they charge, man, but I've seen a lot of good work, a lot. I've had a lot of designers or graphic designers that have made a lot of my work in the past. And like I said, it's a hard business, man. It really is for them struggling right now. Because they were even struggling when I was buying. I was buying. I think it was channel art back in 2018 or 2020. Um, they were struggling even back then, man. A lot of people they had just came out, I think, with Fiverr. So a lot of people on Twitter were that did a bunch of graphic design and that were well known ended up getting their business taken from people from Fiverr. You know, because you know they made a new website and people were interested, and you know, so that's what ends up happening. There's like a trend that happens, bro, especially with AI. Like AI became a thing because everybody started making videos with it. People are making, you know, like everybody's making everything with AI nowadays. Not just thumbnails, videos, movies, you know, like it's crazy, bro. But back to my story. I stepped on a bee, right? In the puddle, whenever I got out of the pool, I stepped on a bee. I didn't see it. It was in the puddle, and the stinger was sticking up. So when I walked, that stinger went in the back of my foot or on the bottom of my foot towards the back. It ended up like just poking me like straight through, and I got, you know, I started stomping on one foot like in the movies and stuff, or like when you stub your toe, and you just kind of hug your toe and you're just like hopping up and down like damn that hurt. um but yeah, I had to pull the bee out because the bee was actually stuck in my foot. So I had to go over there and grab the bee and pull it out. Even when I pulled it out, the stinger stayed inside and my foot swelled up, and they had to give me the I forgot what it was called. They had to basically poke me with something and then my foot got better. But ever since then, like I said, I've never really got stung by a bee. Well, I've never been stung by bees. I live around a bunch of them, bro. Especially over there in the flea market. It's like maybe 3 cities away. That thing is full of bees, bro. You go walk around the flea market, bro. As a kid growing up, when I had to go over there, I was petrified. You know, like we would go over there get some movies or get you know, because things are cheaper over there. So it's kind of like our, how do you say it? Kind of like our discount stores in a way. You can find a lot of stuff for cheap. Shit. I've never been stung before, but if Bubs was a bee, I wouldn't mind. Wow. Um, how old is your young friend Emmanuel? Sorry, just got in here and read chat. Hugs are great. Hi, streamer, sending you a virtual hug. I agree though with DVD player. AI shouldn't be used. It shouldn't. 18 to 30. I have to go help my uncle clear some bush in the backyard, but you seem like a nice person, streamer. Please not like a. look bad. Aside from also hurting people, just wouldn't want you to lose followers for the AI. Bye, everyone. Alright, take it easy, Shadow. Appreciate you stopping by. DBD, did you ever mention your age? I might have missed it. I don't think you did. I was thinking about getting this Streamlabs Ultra. I'll probably end up buying it. Um, I'm thinking about probably next month. So I can stream on more platforms than just YouTube. I could do Twitch because I'm already affiliated on Twitch. On YouTube, I was monetized, but I got demonetized. I'm trying to go back for remonetization, but it's been hard, man. I haven't been streaming consistently or consistent, whatever. You get what I mean. I haven't been streaming every day. Like well, not every day, but like you're supposed to stream at least once or no. I would say three times in a week, right? I haven't been doing that at all. So like it could be like Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? I haven't been doing nothing. But you know, yard work and sleeping, taking care of my well, not really taking care. Like I usually go to my mom's room to go see my little sister's baby because she just had a baby. I think it was when was it? Like 2 months ago, 3 months ago? No, actually four, because he's already four. Yeah, 4 months ago. So I always go over there and see him. Little baby man, but he's cute. I ain't gonna lie, man. He's always laughing and stuff. Or every time I go over there, he starts smiling. He could be real mad too. Like he was mad at my sister and her husband. And then when I went in there, he just started smiling and he started giggling. Um, he's been trying to learn how to talk too. Like he's been making like more noises nowadays. So I wonder what his first word's gonna be. Wait a minute. There we go. You ever think of visiting Michigan? At one point, I was gonna go over there. Um, I don't have any family over there though. That's the only thing. If I were to go over there, I wouldn't have, nobody to go to. Um, Plus, like I said, I don't really know Michigan like that, so for me, it would be a new experience, that's for sure. But I know the higher you go up, the better. I mean, away from Texas or away from where I'm at. That's usually where the better jobs are, like towards the top of Texas. There was a guy that was in Virginia and he was making like $32 just at Walmart. $32 an hour. and he wasn't even a manager. So that's just crazy. I think it's like $32 to $36 an hour. Over here, the most you'll get is 7 to 12, 7 to 13, 7 to 15. I mean, there's some that are like 20 and stuff, but those are the oil rigs. And even if you get into that job, I mean, it's kind of hard to get into the oil rigs. I always wanted to go and do that, make a good amount of money, but then you kind of put your life at risk because of all of this, like the smells and stuff. The reason why they pay you so good, like I think it's not even 20, I think it's like $50 an hour. They pay you so much because a lot of people, like, there's so many casualties and fatalities over there that they don't really talk about, but I've heard stories. So it's kind of like I think twice about it. I'm like, yeah, I want to go make some money, but at the same time, I want to, live after. You know what I mean? How do you feel about the rising prices of fast food? McDonald's is just about as expensive as going to grocery shopping. I mean, to be honest, that's why I don't go out. That's another reason. Like, it's hard, man. I usually buy food from like low end grocery stores. They're not like HEB and stuff like that. It's like little there's actual little stores here in Texas where you can buy like meats, for instance. They'll give you like actual like bundles and stuff, but they'll work with you. And it's kind of like a mini, so it's kind of like a mini HEB slash Sam's Club. But they work with the prices. If you only have like a certain amount of money, like let's say you only got like $15, they'll work with you. $10. Sometimes they'll even like cook. That's another thing, bro. Like a lot of people here, we all um like we're all struggling too. Like everywhere in the world, we all struggle, right? And a lot of people notice those struggles, especially here from what I've seen. So people help you out. Like if they know that you're, kind of struggling with money, you're over here trying to look for some change, trying to, you know what I mean? They see you kind of just spazzing out, looking around, like trying to look for more, you know what I mean? They'll be like, "Oh no, I got you." But what I think about that, like the prices are bad. Prices are bad. I wish the prices would go down. I mean, I barely have money to afford anything. So, like I can't go out and eat out every day. I wish I could, but like I said, like you said, grocery shopping is just as bad. And I agree with you on that one. But how do I feel about it? I don't enjoy it, but I can't really do nothing about it because I'm not in power. I've never like wanted to be the person in power. So, but at the same time, it has been pretty rough. Like trying to make it out, man, it's been pretty rough. Bills wise and then grocery shopping, like everything adds up. And I feel like we should be able to have a little bit more when it comes, or like a little bit more freedom in a way when it comes to our ways of living or our ways of trying to eat. Like back then, it was, growing up, I know I always referred to back then because back then it was a lot better, bro. Like taxes were there, but you could barely even feel like a debt. Now it's just more like it's just money, money. Like it's going up. I remember back then when ice was like 25 cents, 50 cents. I remember the old prices. That's how you know I'm old school. Um 99 cent for hot Cheetos, like there was so many good deals growing up that I kind of took for granted. But also remember remember Michigan has free hugs, not on 8 Mile, free from me. What? What shows have you been watching recently? Any cooking competitions, romance? So, show wise, let's see. I have been watching, I think it was like Pawn Stars. Um, that's another one that I watch. I was watching Naruto recently because they have it on YouTube. So I was rewatching that one, the very first Naruto. But I usually watch like a bunch of random stuff, man. I watch people gamble. I watch, Pawn Stars. I watch let me see. Let me turn this off so I can just kind of talk about it. You may not be able to eat out there in Texas, but if we live close by, oh yeah, no, like I said, like I can't. Out here, it's crazy, bro. Oh, I gotta disconnect this. Second, that's the wrong one. Right. So recently, I've been listening to a lot of music. Um, One song, "Life Goes On" by Oliver Tree, Blind Fury. I listen to a lot of, like I said, a lot of just random music, man. There's this guy named Harry Mack. He was doing Omegle, and they basically give him like 3 words to rap about, and he'll rap off of those 3 words. I think it was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. But shows, you said shows, right? Shows would be like Pawn Stars, Naruto. What else? I have been watching the movies lately, like that are free on YouTube as well. So like iRobot, Bulletproof with Adam Sandler, The Pyramid, Escape Room, 40 Days and Nights. I always watched a lot of like end of the world type movies. It's always crazy, bro. Collision Earth. There was this one, I forgot what it was called. but it was something else. The Wave. I've been watching a lot, man. Movie wise, I ain't gonna lie. I have been watching movies a lot more recently, just because of the fact that I've had more time to kind of relax this past month or past couple weeks. The Simpsons, like I still watch a lot of like old school stuff, man. Me personally, I always loved old school shows or cartoons like Family Guy, Futurama, um, Robot Chicken. I do watch Storage Wars. Oh, I think I said that already. Storage War. There's this other one. What was it called? I think it was like a towing company. South Beach Tow. I think that's what it's called. That's a good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good show. It kind of got me hooked on it when I first started watching it. I watched the whole thing, like all the seasons. I think all the seasons, for the most part, are on YouTube. What's a niche thing you like that many wouldn't? I have no clue. To be honest, I've never known what a niche is. Like truly what a niche is. Like I gotta look more into that because I was so confused when I first heard that word. I was like, what does that mean? Right? I searched it up. I still didn't know what it meant. So like I wouldn't know per se because I've always been like pretty random like as a person. I think it's just my ADHD. It's like I've always been all over the place, but in a way like I try to stay on one thing, right? I try, but I know that if I stay on one thing, it gets kind of boring, right? So I try to mix it up to make it interesting, make it different. That joke went right over your head. Which one? Oh, the 8 Mile one? Oh, no, no, no. You talking about the message before when you were talking about the niche, right? Bro, I've always wanted to go to Japan or like some like, and the only reason why Japan, I always wanted to see cherry blossoms. I kind of just want to buy some from Japan or like buy, you know, cherry blossom seeds and grow them in my backyard and just see if, I mean, I doubt we'd be able to, grow it, especially in the soil that we have. But yeah, yeah, yeah. That one was on top of the niche one. Well, on my screen, that message is right on top of the when you talked about the niche. No, yeah. That's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You do always catch me with a lot of like crazy stuff, bro. But it's cool. Like I said, I'm glad that you vibe out, Emmanuel. That you always having a good time. That's the whole point of me streaming too. Is not for me to just have a good time, but for everybody else, right? And that's what I always try to create. I always try to create like bonds with people. Like it's not just about hey subscribe, hey like the video, hey You know, I just need you for your views. It's more like I want to be able to vibe out with people, man. I want to be able to connect with people. Um, so it's like a different type of bond, you know? It's not just chatting at that point, or it's not just I mean it depends. What the hell? I see a lizard, bro. It was doing that thing with its neck. Oh, that thing jumps. Bro, that thing tripped me out. I was looking outside right there on my little like how do you say it? What are they called? It's like a little fence, not fence, but so the front porch, it has like a little um I guess a wooden little area where you can kind of lay your arms upon, like where you just kind of you put your arms like this and you kind of just stare out into the distance. It's one of those little like platforms, um kind of like a balcony, when balconies have that it's like a wooden little like well balcony basically, and it's flat. You just put your arms up there and you just kind of stare off into the distance. Well, I was watching it through the window because I have my blinds open, but it reminded me of Holes. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. Such a good movie, bro. It's very old, but very good. I watched that so much with my cousin back in the day, and the reason why I bring up that movie is because there was this one part in the movie that me and my cousin really enjoyed. It was it was like a song, right? There's a song in there where he talks about where he talks about carrying up the vase or whatever to that girl. It's like I gotta search it up, man. Hold up. Oh no, it's the pig. Yeah, so it's a pig. He gets a pig and he has to raise it or something like that. Like the story was kind of like crazy. And then he has to bring the pig to the lady or whatever whoever like gave it to him. But he sings in that on that scene. And that scene, me and my cousin would make fun of it. Or like we would laugh about it. Um because it was a good scene, but it was pretty funny to us. Because he has like a straight tone, like singing throughout the whole thing. I think it's called If Only, If Only. Yeah, If Only. If only, if only. And the way he did that, he did it with a deep voice. So like at the whole song, he's singing normal. At the very end, he says if only," but like in the deepest voice ever. And me and my cousin would just like kind of not mock it, but kind of like in a way like have fun with it. Catch it? Nah, I'm good. I don't like to catch. Well, back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I did used to catch lizards and grasshoppers and stuff like that. People always thought it was weird, but yeah, man, I caught frogs. I caught a bunch of stuff. I would catch ants and trap them. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, man, I was always interested, but maybe I was a little too interested. Caterpillars, like butterflies, starting to feel like I felt like SpongeBob, like when you would go jellyfish fishing or jellyfish fishing or net fishing. careful, deep voices make me act. It was our elementary teacher, school teacher forced us to watch it. Yeah, I think I watched it once in school. It was like once. But for the most part, I watched it one more time with my cousin, and then I watched it like recently. I like how they added there was like these crazy demon like lizards. I liked how they kind of looked like some crazy ass lizards, man, and they were poisonous and they jumped at you and that was it. And it was only if they didn't like you, right? That was the whole concept. Only if they didn't trust you enough, they would attack you. Um, and then at the end, like they didn't attack Shia LaBeouf. They didn't attack him. He was just all around them and stuff, and they were just kind of looking at him. It was a great story. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like I mess with the story. So I grew older. I started to see more of this like for movie wise. I started to see like more into the story because when I was a kid, I would just look at pictures. It was kind of like looking at a picture book for the first time. And when you look at a picture book, you kind of forget what you just pictured, right? And that's the same thing when I watch movies. I kind of felt like I would watch them and then just kind of easily forget the whole movie growing up. And sometimes I still do that. But then I rewatch it and then I kind of feel the movie if you get what I mean. I start to feel more of the movie. It starts to make sense on why it's so powerful, like if it has a powerful message or if it's like real. There was this one my sister showed me. I don't know if you ever watched it, but it's called Dear Evan Hansen. Great movie, man. Super. It's about a guy that has real bad anxiety. Um, which I kind of felt like, I'm not a lie, growing up, I've always felt like I had a lot of anxiety. But it's kind of like a musical, but it's good. It's like it's sad, it's happy, it's you know angry a little bit, not too much. You thinking of seeing Fantastic Four? Fantastic Four? Mm, I could, to be honest. Like popcorn sounds pretty good right now. That would be my reason to go and watch Fantastic Four. Cause to be honest, like if I watch it solo, I'ma still enjoy my time. I mean, especially because the arcade. You got arcade, you got popcorn, you got they have pizza too. I think they have like Pizza Hut pizza there at the concession stands. Man, that Pizza Hut pizza, bro, is good. They got chili dogs. I mean, they got a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be expensive if I go to the movies. That's why I'm gonna just try to stick to popcorn. Probably sneak in um like a whole meal. I've been watching. There was this one video, bro, I watched recently where these guys try to sneak in a bunch of stuff into the movie theaters. There was this guy that literally taped, like, and I'm talking about literally taped a bunch of snacks onto his skin, and then just put a shirt over to try to go into the theater. And then when you try to take it off, obviously the tape, you're gonna hear like a bunch of like just tape tearing apart when they're in the theater. So that guy ended up getting caught. But it was kind of like it was funny because Like he was making fun of it too. He's like, I'm gonna see if I can get away with this, and it didn't last long. I forgot who did it, but it was a pretty funny video. It was a short video too. I saw of Mice of Men. I've never heard of that. Is that a movie or is that a new movie that came out or what, Emmanuel? I'm gonna grab my water real quick. Actually, I'm gonna grab my Powerade. Hold up. Yeah, I switched my category too, Emmanuel. So this stream, well, for the time being, for right now, our category is people and blogs. So we're normally on the gaming category, but right now we're gonna be on people and blogs because we're doing a basically a just chatting stream. But later, I might do a gaming stream. I'm thinking about it. I just don't know what to play because of the fact that I don't have PlayStation Plus. So I have to buy that first, and even if I buy that, I mean, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been playing, well, I played a bunch of these games. All these games that I have installed, I already played all of them. Fortnite, BioShock, Dead by Daylight, Gang Beasts, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So I haven't played Just Shapes and Beats in a while. I know I did play it once on my stream. But that one has music. So I don't know how that would go. But I feel like that one's pretty good. It's just it's how you say it? You gotta be on point, right? With that game, like you can't miss a single beat. So that one's kind of hard. I played that one with my little brother growing up. He actually liked Just Shapes and Beats. He was really good at it. There was times where we would literally go or he would go flawless, and I would miss one note. And like he basically mastered that game, bro. I've been trying to catch up, but never caught up. So I had recently bought it, I think like last year, and I was playing it again. And that's just crazy, bro. No more questions? No, you can still ask questions. I'm just saying, like, I'm throwing it out there that I'm probably gonna be streaming a little bit later. Hey, what up, Crimson? Crimson? Every time I see Crimson, I think of the Crimson Chin from the Fairy Odd Parents. The Crimson Chin. Popcorn chicken? Popcorn chicken, popcorn chicken. It's older? So it's like an older movie or an older version? It's a bullet hell game? Okay. Wait, so which one? Or what are you talking about? The Mice and Men or the or are you talking about Just Shapes and Beats? But yes, probably copyright. Yeah, it's definitely copyright. It's a bunch of music. I have Marvel Rivals. I got Pac-Man World Repack. I already played that. Persona 5, Rocket League, and Last of Us Remastered. But I have a whole collection here, right, that I could play potentially. So, like I said, this is still just changed. Oh wait, hold on. Still just chat and stream, but what I'm gonna do here, webcam, do this. Oh, I don't even have it plugged in. I'm a dummy. Do 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 do. Turn that off. Yes, yes. Okay. So now that you can kind of see, let's see, put this right here. So I have over 340 games that I could play. Most of them are PlayStation Plus games. Because when I would buy PlayStation Plus for a year, I would basically just get all the free games every month. I should have more games than I have now, but there was some months that I did miss out on a couple of the free games. So we have like the Forest. I mean, I got a couple. Let me see. Let me try to move this out the way. I might just turn off my webcam real quick and turn off the chat box real quick. There we go. So y'all can actually see. So yeah, we got like 2K25, Siege X, Blood Hunt. Some of these games were free as well. So there are some free games. The ones that are locked, I gotta buy PlayStation Plus to buy or to play. I wanted to play Digimon, bro. I've never played Digimon. Like I've actually watched this growing up. I'll have to buy it. Okay. I've actually watched this growing up, but I've never actually played it. Like played a game from them. Play that one over there. I got you, Vampiric. Dino Crisis. I started recently replaying this, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got lost. I got stuck on one part. I was already almost halfway done with the game, and I refuse to look it up. So I got stuck. This one too. I was doing so good on After Us, but I ran out of PlayStation Plus. But before I ran out of PlayStation Plus, I got so lost in the game that I didn't even know how to get through certain paths. But this game is actually pretty cool, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This game right here, I wanted to actually stream it, but I played it off stream, right? Whenever I had PlayStation Plus, I ended up getting this game, and I really liked it. I enjoyed the story behind it, and the fact that the graphics were so good. Um, I don't think there's any screenshots. Oh yeah, there is. The graphics were good. Like everything looked amazing. They had these worlds that were like on a whole different level, like and then a lot of the animals that you're trying to save. So you're basically like a superhuman girl that or superhuman girl that has nature because she basically brings back the trees and then she brings back like she brings back life in a way. So I guess her gift or her power would be like life, the power of life, or whatever. And she even brings back a lot of the animals because a lot of the animals in this game are basically dead or they're, you know what I mean? Like she frees their souls and they're able to live on. It was pretty crazy, bro. Pretty crazy concept of a game. And then on top of it, like it's a story mode game. On top of it, it's a platformer. I love that it was a platformer and it's a strategic game too, because you have to be strategic around certain paths because you can fall off. Um, it made it one of those games you're able to fight these or kind of like yeah, you're able to kind of fight. There's a little bit of combat. It's not much, but like I said, this game was just so crazy, bro. You're able to meet these super big, huge, because you're like I guess tiny compared to a lot of these ghosts. Super great game though. But yeah, basically explore a surrealistic post-human world and give life on Earth a second chance. This game was just insane. Okay, let's go back to having the chat box right here. Bam. Hopefully I didn't break it. No, that's not needed. I'll just do that a little bit later. Spit this all the way in. But yeah, I have a couple games, man. I'll show you guys a little bit later whenever I start doing the gaming. Because right now I feel like I mean we're just chatting, right? I do. I will say this because you did bring up Five Nights at Freddy's. Emmanuel, I do have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, but the only thing is I would have to buy PlayStation Plus. I ran out, I think it was like a week ago. I haven't bought PlayStation Plus in a week, maybe two. I haven't really needed it with the computer or with the PC I have. I've been able to play a lot of PC games for free. So it's been, I mean, I have the PS5, don't get me wrong. And I'm grateful for it because, man, I worked so hard to get it. I was working three jobs, and then from those three jobs, I jumped down to two other jobs. And then from those two jobs, I went to one job. And like I said, I don't have a job anymore, but at the same time, I'm still looking. I'm still looking and I'm still putting in applications. We'll see what happens. You have to do, wait, what? You have to do that thing with that thing after that thing, then the then the thing happens, then the thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's that's how it happens. I remember me and Vampire used to go back and forth way back in the day. Like he would say something like that, and I would say, "Yeah, that thing with the other thing. If the other thing had a thing, would be a thing." You know? about that thing. He's talking about he's talking about your thing. Are you gonna give us a demonstration? That's how to beat the thing with the thing with the thing, Bob. Bob's Burgers. Oh shit! I think the groceries just got here. I'm just fine. Older movie, about someone traveling with a mentally challenged person. Hmm? What are you talking about, Emmanuel? Oh, Mice of Men? Is that what it's about? I feel like I've heard of that movie. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds very familiar. Be careful when playing Rivals. The Luna Snow Summer skin has copyright during her ult. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't been playing Marvel Rivals in a good minute. Ever since I got that skin, man, like I just kind of gave up on that game. I gotta play it maybe one of these times for the one time. We don't have to play it every day. We can play it for the one time, one of these times. But appreciate you for the heads up on the Luna Snow summer skin or skiing, or I think you meant skin. Either way, we'll figure it out. But appreciate you for the feedback as always, Emmanuel. Yeah, I got Black Ops 3, man. I got a bunch of game Valorant, but I've already played a lot of these games. A lot of the multiplayer games. I've done a lot of multiplayer, man. Anything that's multiplayer, I've probably already played it. How many cupcakes is too many cupcakes for a diabetic cupcake factory? Mm, one or many cupcakes? It's too many. I wouldn't even give him one. To be honest, like cupcakes, they used to be interesting to me, but now I don't know. I don't really like cupcakes too much. But man, a factory, bro, that would be crazy. Didn't you used to back in the day you work in a factory, Crimson? That must have been crazy, bro. Or do you still work there? How's work been treating you? Same thing goes for you, Emmanuel. Hopefully everything's treating y'all well in life. I do hope nothing but the best. Still work at a production factory? Yeah, cause you being productive. Yeah, you've been there for a couple years now, right? They don't have too many factories around here. They do have a factory here, but it's pretty small. And most people don't really work there. Um, well, like normal people can't get a job there. You have to work for the city, or you have to know people that work for the city in order to get referred. Had a coworker flirt with me, but I said no. Starting a new job in September. Nice. 7+ years. Nice. Yeah. Keep grinding, bro. It's always so crazy. Like, and what kind of job are you gonna be starting up, Emmanuel? I think the last time I ever went to, whatchamacallit? I went to like a job fair and stuff like that. Was a good minute back. I think it was back in high school. I don't know if they still do that. Do you know if they do like job fairs or like I think there should be like little places like that here. Data retrieval specialist at UWM. Nice. That's what you're gonna be? That sounds very fancy. Fancy, fancy. Doing a lot of data retrieval. Hopefully be debt free within 4 years. Yeah, I hope you are, man. I got, to be honest, I got a debt too, but it was because of a credit card. Back in the day, I got this credit card, right? And I didn't know what like, and that's because my mom told me never get a credit card, and I was, a rebel. So I ended up getting one. Um, I didn't know there was interest fees. I didn't know, about all this other stuff. I was like, I'm getting the card and it has money on it, right? I was so, thick-headed. Um, so I started using the card, and then they started charging me interest, and I would pay the interest. I would pay I would basically pay them, and that it sucked, man. I ended up with a $700, almost $800 in debt for that credit card. Even though I paid everything on time, I paid, I did all the payments. They were still charging me extra, even after the fact that I paid them. So I'm $800 in debt with the credit card that I never even wanted, but that I got because I was stupid. So I gotta figure that out, man. That's been with me for a minute. I've been trying to get out of because I had canceled the card too. So I was paying everything on time. I was doing payments, and then I told them I wanted the card to get canceled, and they said, "Okay, we're going to cancel your card, this and that," because they kept bothering me every day, every second, every minute, and I told them I don't want the card. Like I'm good, and so they still ended up charging me, and it should have only been like $20. I don't know how it went from $20 to 700 or to almost 800, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Basically, foot and door job. Oh, okay. So you're just gonna be walking around. You're gonna be walking around a lot. Damn, your legs are gonna be hurting, bro. It's very fancy, yes, but who needs fancy when you make me antsy? I can't even say that, bro. Oh man, you're crazy, Emmanuel. Appreciate you though for your kind words. 800 is better than 20,000. 20,000? Yeah. No, I'll take my 800. Even though I don't have the 800 to pay the 800, I'll take my 800 in depth or in debt. The good thing about it is I don't have to pay it right away because it's been like a year. I've had it almost 2 years, and I've been trying to get that cleared, man, because I want to start working on my credit. And it's not hard to get almost $800, but to get it in the card is a whole nother story because you gotta pay fees to put money in the card, and I think it's like $5 to $20 or $5 to $10 just to put money in my card, which is kind of dumb. So I gotta pay more money on top of the money that I'm gonna be sending them. So it's a whole hassle. Can we trade? I would, but the way my bank account is set up, I mean, I don't even have a bank account. I'm just saying. I really don't. I have a Chime account, bank account. I've been wanting to open one up, but for what? I don't even got money to put in there. Yeah. Yeah, the interest does keep growing. Yeah, you're right. That's why I've been wanting to pay it. It still says it's at 700, but I know it's gonna be more. Like once I start paying it, it's probably more than 7 or than 800, to be honest. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. So I'll probably be paying that for the rest of my life. Hopefully not. Hopefully we make it big, and then we just pay off our debts. Or we grow old and pass away. No, I'm just playing. See, because when I was a kid, man, I'm gonna hide my name, even though most people know my name. When I was a kid, this was me. All right, it don't look like me now, but this was me. Look at that angry dude right there. Do you see that angry dude? See how angry I was? How I had no emotion in my face, like whatsoever. I didn't even care to even like, bro. Looking at this, bro. This was crazy, bro. This was my hometown. Well, not hometown. Hometown was like a city away from that, but this was my hometown back in the day, man. Old picture, old memories. This was back in 2009. 2009, bro. That's crazy. That's how much I didn't care back then. Like you see it in my face, bro. My soul said it all. It was like, bro, get me out of here. I never liked pictures. Keep that in mind, bro. I never liked pictures. So to be on the camera, yeah. To be on the camera is it's different, but at the same time, like when I was a kid, I didn't understand like pictures or memories. Pictures are, because I was a kid. I didn't care about memories. I didn't care about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like me, I was just trying to get on with life, and I feel like that's where everybody is right now. Like we just try to move on. Um, so, but it's always so crazy to see myself back then and like now. Bro, I had the whole like Justin Bieber fucking type of hair. Oh man, or like an emo kid. Like I don't know, man. I kind of looked like I was out of place, especially in football. But I played good. I ain't gonna lie. Like I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was left tackle, right tackle. I was quarterback. I was defensive. I was lineman. Like I played everything. Like every position in football, I learned every position. So I literally sat there, and then on top of that, I would go to powerlifting. Powerlifting, bro, was another, like, it was crazy. On top of that, I went to track right after powerlift. So after I was done lifting weights and working on my legs from football and then powerlifting, I went straight to I went straight to track, and I would go run the mile. Um, Sometimes we would run outside the school because we had like a little trail, and then sometimes we would run at the school at the track. At the, what's it called? Track stadium, track meet. No, no, it's not track meet. What was it called, bro? I don't remember. Track field, I guess. What's a picture? Does it move? You want a picture that moves? Watch, I'll show you. Watch, this is a 3D picture. I'm pretty sure you've seen it already, Becker. But this is a 3D picture right here. Oh, bro. If I can get it. You want a picture that moves? I got you, bro. This picture moves. You see this? This is Hunter x Hunter. My sister bought this for me way back in the day. Well, I think like 2 birthdays ago. I have another one somewhere here. Hold up. Technical difficulties. So we will be right back after this commercial. All right. I got the other one. Bro, this thing was getting bent. Okay, it's a good thing I got it. Because, yeah, we don't want this one getting bent. Um, Put my headphones back on. That was a whole hassle to get. I had to find where it was. But this one's Naruto. So this is Kakashi. Alright. This is Sasuke. Alright. And then this is Naruto. And then it just keeps going. I always liked 3D pictures, bro. Well, ever since my sister showed me this, like I ended up liking them that I wanted to actually go and buy, different ones. Um, she bought it at, I think at Hobby Lobby, something like that. Seems like a happy kid. Yeah, I was definitely happy. I was so happy back then. Did you ever get back into Discord? We gotta breathe life into there. I did not. I wasn't able to get in. I had to make a whole new Discord, Emmanuel. So the Discord is new. I put it in the description, or not description, in my about me, or I think, let me see. Not my about me. On my homepage. I think that's what I meant to say. On my homepage, it should be there. Let me check. Yeah, so Discord's the very first one. As soon as you click on the homepage, I have a new Discord. I posted that on the links for Discord, or I changed it from my old Discord to the new one. I'm gonna have to start making a new one, or I'm gonna basically have to edit this new one to get it back to where we were, which kind of sucks. But yeah, because they wanted an authentication code, and apparently my authentication codes weren't valid, and then they wanted backup codes, which I had my backup codes, but they were invalid too. So, and then when I asked them if there was a way around it, they said there isn't. That I basically just have to make a new Discord in order to get back into it, since I put two-step verification. If I wouldn't have put two-step, I would have been able to sign in like nothing, because I already know the password. I already know the email. But since I have two-step, I have to do that extra step, and that extra step is kind of screwing me. Um, what's a picture? Does it move? You mean the pitcher? They're in baseball, not football, but they still move? No, no. I used to be a pitcher, bro. In baseball, I was only in baseball for like 2 months, maybe three. I wasn't the best. But I've already told this story before. I'll tell it again. So back when I was little, I was in baseball, right? Obviously. I was in baseball. I had my little uniform, and my grandpa was so proud of me, bro. My grandpa really enjoyed baseball so much, and football. He was a real big sports fanatic. Um, Rest in peace to grandpa. Um, but he used to like he was so happy when he saw me there. The reason why I got kicked out was because I drank all the Gatorade, the 5 gallon, jug thing, whatever, a 5 gallon orange white, with the white lid. I forgot what that thing's called, bro. That holds the Gatorade. I drank all of it because they kept me in the dugout. They didn't let me play. It was super hot. I was behind a cage, just watching everybody play. And my grandpa was so pissed, bro. My grandpa was like, "Put him in, put him in. What are you doing? Why are you keeping him behind the cage?" Like he's screaming, yelling at this referee, and the referee's just like, "I don't have nothing to do with it. Talk to the coach." So he goes and talks to the coach, and bro, I'm just sitting there. I'm having a good old time, just drinking Gatorade cup after cup, the little small cups, those little tiny cups. I'm just there drinking cup after cup after cup, just watching people dehydrating even more. And yeah, I got kicked out because I drank the whole 5 gallons, I guess, before the baseball game would end. And the other kids that were thirsty, that were actually playing, which I felt bad, bro. I really did feel bad as a kid because I wasn't trying to be selfish, but at the same time, the other kids didn't get to drink any Gatorade, and they were all thirsty. It was kind of hard. They had to get water from the concession stands. They had to buy it out of their own pocket, which kind of pissed off the coaches. But yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. I got kicked out for drinking too much Gatorade. That's a laugh, bro. Like my mom laughed at it. Like I always tell her nowadays, like now it's just a joke between me and my mom. We'll go to the store and I'll get a Gatorade and I'll be like, "Look, I'm gonna get kicked out of baseball." Bro, and she'll just be like, she just starts laughing. She's like, "I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why they did that to you, but like that's crazy." Well, witchcraft? Are you a time traveler? I am not. If I was, I would go back in time. I wouldn't go forward. I would go back when the prices were right. The price is right. You know what's crazy? The price was actually right. Right around the time the price was right. The prices for everything. Prices for food, prices for gas, prices for everything. Salute to Gatorade. Yeah, Gatorade was. I don't even that's crazy, bro. I don't even drink Gatorade no more. I drink Powerade. I just realized that. I've been drinking Powerade for a good minute. I mean, Gatorade's expensive. If you ever want to sponsor me, this video's not sponsored, but if you ever want to sponsor me, Powerade, or Gatorade, do it. I'm gonna be getting a haircut this coming probably either today, tomorrow. I'm not gonna be live for too much longer, y'all. So feel free to ask whatever questions. I hope we could do more of these where we just kind of sit here and just kind of vibe out. Because I've been getting into like gaming and stuff, and I know gaming's kind of going downhill because everybody's a gamer nowadays. I mean, there's so many people that do these type of videos too, where it's just chatting. I'm just trying to be different. Like I said, I want to be able to stand out as well. Put my voice out there little by little. If I'm heard, I'm heard. If I'm not, it's all good. At least we put our voice out there. We put our own perspective, our own way of, doing YouTube, for ourselves. Um, because like I said, at the end of the day, when I first started this channel, my goal was 100 subscribers. That was my goal. If I could hit 100 subscribers, like I was winning in life, right? But I know everybody's goal, nowadays you gotta set your bar high. Most people's goals are like 50 billion or 50 million or 500 million. Um, I'm not looking for all that. I mean, if I can get to 1 million, that'd be nice. But I'm not thinking that far ahead. I'll have to join it. Yeah, you're good. The Discord will be on my homepage. It should be the first link. Um, I gotta get rid of the Teespring one because I do have a Teespring or like a shop. Basically, there's this place called Teespring. I ended up seeing it and I joined it. It's like you can create your own shirts and they'll basically sell them for you. They do all like the pricing and all that stuff. I just never really got into detail with the merch. I gotta get an actual picture. I gotta, size it up. There's a couple things I gotta do before I can make merch. I gotta do a lot of designs and a lot of, just a lot of stuff in general. Even then, I want it to be like different too. I don't want it to be simple and, bland. So I have been taking a while on that. Um, so that's not even up yet. It's the links there. You can look at the listing or whatever, but I haven't fully did like my merchandise yet. I'm still working on, socks and a bunch of stuff. Like there's so many stuff. There's so many things you can create on Teesprings. You can create watches, you can create rings, you can create glasses, you can do your own customizable blankets. You know what I mean? Like there's just so much merchandise wise, so I just haven't really worked on that one. Um but yeah, we got the PayPal, we got the Twitch, we got the TikTok. I should change some of these links though. I might put um my Twitter. I don't even have Twitter on there, do I? I know most social medias are the links. They're usually for social media, so like Discord, TikTok is fine. But like Twitch, PayPal, and Teesprings, I might switch out those three for like Instagram, Twitter, and something else. We'll figure out the last one. See, like even when I'm streaming, y'all, I'm always trying to improve as well, just by looking at a lot of my like my homepage. I want to be able to like I put a picture of myself. That's when I got a haircut. I think it was like three, no, 5 days ago, 6 days, 6 days ago. It's probably been like a week, bro. But the days go by so quick. Um, but yeah, I need to get another lineup. I switched that. I ended up putting my old channel art from back in the day. Uh, the Vicious Bubbles channel art that I got from Pichu on Twitter. I gotta edit my my about me because I've had this one for a good minute too. My description about me, I feel like it's kind of short and sweet, but at the same time, I feel like I could do more to it for a description about myself. I've never been too good at descriptions. Like even when I use like dating apps and stuff, like the bio and all that stuff where you have to talk about yourself. Um, so I just put something real quick. Skater, gamer, love meeting new people. It was in the spare of the moment, so I should probably take the time to sit there and write an actual description. Um, I don't know if that'll make it better, but like I said, I could always improve little by little. The thumbnails, I know people don't want me to do AI thumbnails, which I agree. I shouldn't do them because, like I said, I know how to make thumbnails. I just need to pay for. There's this one website. I think it's on my iPhone. Forgot what it's called, but I'm able to crop out my own image and or like remove backgrounds and stuff. I know there's a lot of different whatchamacallit, designer tools and stuff that you can use. That some are free and really good. I just gotta find the right websites again. 2 days ago. When was the first time I did that? It was, man, I've been doing that for a minute. Okay, so back here, 8 months ago. It's already been 8 months, bro, since I started playing Dead by Daylight. Yep, 8 months ago. My bad. I was just tripping out on the thumbnails because I've been using, ChatGPT for a good minute. For most people that don't know, which is the reason why the thumbnails always look good. But we had two people that came in. They said the same thing. I don't know if it was the same person or what, because it kind of seemed like it. Um, but a lot of people just don't like AI, and I agree with them. Like I don't like AI either, but it's easier. Not that it's how do I say it? It's not that it's easier. It's just that it's time consuming when you make a thumbnail. Like it takes a minute, man. You have to be super perfect with proportions and where you want your actual um like half the stuff on your thumbnail. Effects come into play. There's so many settings. Old Greg. Or salad fingers? Old Greg, what's that? Old Greg is never mind. Tacos or burritos? Tacos for sure. I do like a good burrito though. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't ate a burrito in a good minute. They used to sell some right here down the street at this one store. What was it called? Steve's. There's like a little corner store that we have. It's called Steve's, and they got they got some really good burritos, or like crispy. They kind of come like they're in um I said they're in this little casing that's basically heating them up to stay warm, or like a warmer type type uh type of box. And usually when I get them, they're real fresh and they're real crunchy. That's the only way I can eat a burrito, is if it's crunchy. If I eat a burrito, bro, it cannot be like soggy, or I wouldn't say soggy, but like soft. I don't like soft burritos. I like the, crunchy kind. Ducks or goose? Mm-mm. Ducks or goose? I haven't been to a duck park in a minute. I would say a goose. I used to have a goose when I was younger. His name was what was his name? I think it was, forget, bro. We used to say his name a lot. It wasn't Max, because Max was the dog. Damn, the name is right there, bro, but I forget his name. Anyways, we had a goose and he would always chase us around. Uh, there was one time I went to the back to go feed, my my goats and my chickens, and I went to go feed my animals. All right, my farm animals. I went back there, and the as I was feeding the chickens, the goose came out of nowhere and started messing with me, started like pecking me, and they don't really hurt. Like, to be honest, it's kind of funny. Like, it doesn't hurt at all. It just kind of feels like a little pinch. But like, he would do it. He would go over there and he would just mess around with me. Like, anything I would do, he was real curious, and he would run up on me and just peck the back of my arm, or the side of my like stomach and stuff, the back of my back, the back of my neck or my head. Like, he was just pecking anything he could peck. So, I always had fun, with my goose, man. When I had a goose, it was super great time. Especially when I would give him like water and I just see him swimming in it. I would have to go goose all the way though. I like ducks. I do. I don't think so. Okay, I'll ask the important question. Right or left name? Is it equivalent to asking if someone's top or bottom? What? Emmanuel. Right or left name? Right or left name? Whose name are you talking about? Are you talking about your own? Because I would go with the right name, maybe. I don't know, because I don't fully know the question. Are you talking about your own name? See, me, I'm an overthinker, bro. So when you ask questions, like, I'm gonna overthink the question so bad. my little hair. Should probably take off my glasses, bro. I don't really need the glasses, especially if I'm just sitting here, but I usually wear them. I think I need to get, I'm gonna get some tissue real quick. I will be right back, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. For some reason, I got a runny nose out of nowhere. Hold up, let me put this back on live. I've always been a germaphobe, so like me, like seeing myself by accident. Me seeing myself wipe my nose and stuff like that. Like I went to go wash my hands, obviously, and then I blew my nose. So you know, right or left lane, like left lane. You see, in my head, I was thinking lane, but I know it was name. Bro, what's going on? Right or left name? Hmm. That's a tough one. He means getting someone's name as a tattoo. Would you get it on the right or left cheek? I'd probably get yours on both. Damn, that's crazy. That's diabolical. Left or right name? I mean, I got two. I got two names. Tattoo wise, bro, I already got my tattoo right here. This one says love and chaos. I've showed people before, but I know most people don't know me. So, it says I got two tattoos. Only got two. But I got this one when I was young. I think I was like 15, 16. Then I got this one when I was like 18. And this one's pretty crazy. I thought of myself like what's his name? Roman Reigns, where he has just one sleeve, one big ass sleeve on his But this one was for my mom. This one I don't regret. This one I don't regret. Because love and chaos, love is chaotic. Uh, Loving someone in general has always been chaotic. Because it just is. um, but yeah, the answer to your question, I would get both names. Because, I mean, I got my two names right here. Shit. This table is way too close. I'm way too close to the table. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go outside Today I'm gonna go outside and do some more yard work. So I'll probably just be doing that. I'll probably stream this for like 1 more hour. We've been here for 2 hours. Probably make it a good 3 hour stream. Bubbles, yo. Hey, what up, Soak? Appreciate you coming through. Panda or wolf? I would go. I mean, pandas are cute, bro. I don't know. That one's a tough one because I like wolves too. I really do. Like as much as we can't own the wolf, uh, like they look so cool. And I know saying that. I mean, I know they're dangerous as hell, but it's like dangerous is kind of thrilling in a way, but not like I'm not dangerously stupid enough to do that. So it's kind of like a what if scenario. Mm, I'll go panda. Just because pandas, I mean, they kind of, they flip on their own. They kind of, they have their own sense of personality. A wolf, like, it's kind of harder to maintain that personality. But it's possible. I mean, they're not really human, like, they're not human creature, like, in a way to be around humans for too long. Because then they go back to their, like, predatory ways of just hunting and you know what I mean? And you can't really stop that. That's kind of like a pit bull. How most people think like pit bulls are super aggressive, or like Rottweilers, pit bulls. They're super aggressive and they can turn on you. Same thing with the wolf. Like you can have a wolf, and it would be nice to have one, as a companion and stuff. But they could easily turn on you if they wanted to. Used to play DBD with you years ago. Now, old name was Hemp or something. Oh yeah, what up? Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing? What you up to, man? We're gonna be here for like another hour. We're just answering some questions. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. 10K, what is that? Kilometers? 10 kilometer bike ride or 5 kilometer walk? I'd probably do the bike ride. I'm not gonna lie, like recently I did what was it? I think it was like 20 miles on the treadmill. And I'm trying to go longer, but man, my legs were hurting. I did this yesterday, or no, 2 days ago. I gotta do it again today. But I want to go past 20 miles on the treadmill because I know I can do it. I want to at least hit 50 miles in one run or in one, sitting. But man, my legs were on fire. My legs felt numb too after. Like as soon as I got off that treadmill, bro, I felt like my legs were dead. I'm not gonna lie. My whole body felt dead. Like it didn't even feel like real. Felt like I did that workout and I did really good. But after, it's just like the aftermath. I wasn't sore. I wasn't nothing. It just my body just felt super like weak. You know what I mean? Just for a couple hours. I think it was like 1 hour. And like I said, it wasn't soreness because soreness does last couple days. I've been keeping up with working out. So, well, the reason why I know I'm keeping up with it is because I haven't been feeling like fatigue, or like basically I haven't been feeling like drained out. I haven't been feeling um you know what I mean, like to the point where I'm burnt out. So I've been good, like mentally, physically. Um, I haven't been having no side pains like I was a couple weeks ago. I started having like real bad side pains on my right side of my stomach, and that kind of went away because I've been outside working in this heat. Which, speaking of heat, the sun just came out, and we're about to go outside in an hour, and that's gonna suck because now the sun is fully out. Yeah, that's gonna suck. They aren't docile. What's docile? I don't mean to sound stupid, but like I've heard that word. I just don't know what it means. Walk clears. That's easy. Yeah, walking's good. I'm not a lie. I haven't went on a walk in a good minute. I haven't been on the bike either in a good minute. So both of them are good because obviously I need to do both. I need to start walking more, and I need to start. I mean, I walk every day, but I don't walk as much as I probably should. I remember back then when I used to like actually do like football drills and like my old basketball drills, soccer drills and stuff in my house. Uh, I would just basically like, cause my house is pretty like big wise, like up and down, like pathwise. So I'm able to do like um for the basketball drills, for instance. I was able to do the drill where you run to one line and then go back to the other line, then come back to that line, and just kind of back and forth. Um, I've been doing that a lot here and there. Been working on my stomach, trying to get my stomach smaller, and then on top of it, I'm trying to get my six packs that I've been wishing for since I was a kid. I was kind of there when I was in football, but I kind of messed it up, man. Ate too much fast food and ate too much junk food and kind of messed me up. So I've been eating healthier and I've been losing weight. I was at I think 230 or 220, two something, 200. I was over 200 pounds, and I'm down to 195 or 191. So I literally lost a good 20 pounds, maybe 30 in this past month. I mean, I've been gaining and losing. So, for the most part, like I feel like I've been gaining more than I've been losing because I have been eating a little bit more lately, which I gotta stop because if I start overeating again, I'm gonna get back to that 300 or that 200. Cherry Coke for sure. Powerade is too healthy. Cherry Coke. I actually had a Cherry Coke recently at Pure. Oh, that's Emmanuel. Emmanuel's talking about Cherry Coke? Oh, cause Bad Pure bringing it up. That makes sense. But yeah, Cherry Coke all the way, bro. As much as I love Powerade, like I mean I don't love it that much. I can't give up Cherry Coke, man. Cherry Coke, the first time I ever tried it, the reason why I fell in love with it, I went to CC's, right? There's this place called CC's Pizza here in Texas for most people that don't know. They have an arcade and they have an all you can eat buffet. So you can sit there and eat as much pizza as you want. They'll make you your own custom pizza if you want certain things on your pizza. They have a full like pasta and pasta buffet type thing. They have salads too for people that want a salad. They got desserts, cinnamon rolls, brownies with powdered sugar. Um, So it was good. It was too good. So now on top of the food that was good, like they had really good games. They had this one game called Stackers, which I used to love. For most people that play arcade games, I used to love Stackers. I actually won there at that CC's that I went to, and it felt so good because I won an iPad for $3. Literally $3, bro. I gave it 3 tries. I said, you know what? The first 2 tries, I felt like a loser, right? The third try, I said, I'm gonna get this. For most people that don't know what stackers is, you stack up 3 blocks. There's 3 blocks that kind of go back and forth, and you stack them up all the way till it gets to 2 blocks and then to 1 block. You have to stack that 1 block on the very top, and it's kind of rigged. I'm not gonna lie, the very top one, when you're about to win the prize, the last one is super rigged. Sometimes it'll jump ahead 2 spaces, sometimes it'll jump ahead 1 space, sometimes it'll go backwards. It'll like kind of jump back instead of jumping forward. So the timing for it was so ridiculous, and I played it growing up as a kid, trying to win for a couple years. And when I won, the iPad, that's when I first like actually sat there and I was tripping out. I was like, I can't believe I won. I was kind of stoked. And I sat there and I started enjoying it, right? I celebrated by eating pizza. And I went to the fountain drinks, and I saw, I was going to get just Coca-Cola. And then I see Cherry Coke. And I was like, what, Cherry Coke? I said, that doesn't even sound good, right? I was kind of like dissing on it. I ain't gonna lie, because I never heard of it. So to me, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna be good, but I'll try it. I guess I'll give it a try. That was the best try I could have ever gave, man, because I fell in love with that. Eating pizza and having cherry coke was amazing. Not only did I win a prize, but that drink kind of won my heart. Eh, on some love story type shit. Who remembers when 32 gigabytes was actually a lot of gigabytes, and now it's nothing for an iPad? Because now they have like what? I would even doubt they have like a terabyte now, right? On iPads. Back when I got that iPad, it was only 28 gigabytes, or I think 32 gigabytes, 24, 22, something like that. Might even been 16 gigabytes. Because back then we didn't have a lot of memory for a lot of devices that we had back in the day. Like they were super low on memory. And like I said, just looking back, bro, like it's it's so crazy how now we have terabytes, now we have like a bunch of stuff to hold memory and storage and stuff. Cherry Pepsi was actually, I tried that one. My mom ended up getting some. It's not bad. Yeah, CC's Pizza was my childhood. It was my childhood too. I used to just run around. Like I had so much energy, my mom would take me out instead of me running around the house. She would take me out to CC's so I could go run around there. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, I was crazy as a kid. You know how they tell you not to talk to strangers? Like I talked to everybody. Like I sat there and I'd be like, "Hey, how are you?" It could be an adult, it could be anybody, old grandpa, like anybody, old grandma. Be like, "Hey," and then well, because for the most part, a lot of when I was younger, a lot of the grandmas thought I was real cute. They would always try to pinch my cheeks, bro. And I'm talking about these up here. Um, just for anybody that wants to know, right? Um, but yeah, they used to always want to pull my ear and pinch my cheeks. I don't know why that's always been a thing for like older women. um when I was a kid, but that's what used to happen when I went to CC's, when I went to Chuck E. Cheese's, when I went to uh, Mr. Gaddy's. Um, I went to a lot of places, bro. Every like Peter Piper's. Peter Piper's was another good one. It's kind of a hidden gem, but that one is like a super big arcade and super big for like family events or to sit there and like actually sit there with your family and have like a birthday party or quinceañera or just it's like a big building. It's super big. It was way bigger than Mr. Gaddy's. It was way bigger than Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese's, bro, is way small. Like where I'm from, like that thing is super small. But yeah, at Peter Piper's they had over like 50 games. I think 60. No, say 40 to 50 games, arcade machines, and then on top of it, they even had a carousel, like a little. Well, it was a fake carousel. Obviously, they didn't have real horses and stuff. It was like the old metal goldish looking carousel. It looked nice though. It was white, like the outside or the top of it was kind of like a white with red. Kind of reminded me of like the circus. Feel free to ask questions for me. I'm open book, not open. Okay, not open legs. Okay. So is Cherry Pepsi? No, I saw that. I remember 512, bro. 512 megabytes was enough. Yeah, back when iPods and iPad, bro. Before iPads, like let's talk about iPods, bro. iPods. I kind of want to get one. I want to go and buy one. But the only way you can buy those nowadays is on eBay, and some of them aren't even real. Some of them are all fakes. I remember going to pawn shops just to buy an iPod, the Apple iPod and stuff. I had one that was 512. I had one that was I think it was only 20 gigabyte or 20 megabytes, 50. We had those things in high school, middle school, bro. I would be running track with them. I'd be like, those were the old school CD players, man. My CD player, my CD player stayed with me for years. I remember buying Evanescence album, and I would just listen to that one song. It was in Daredevil. Wake Me Up Inside. No, it's not. It's not Wake Me Up Inside. What is it called? I can't wake up. Wait. Let's see. I think it is called Wake Me Up Inside. No, it's called Bring Me to Life. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good song. Bring Me to Life. I remember playing that on repeat. I played that song for like through my whole middle school. It was that and Eminem. No, those were the only um two artists I would listen to for a good minute. Like I was listening to Blink 182 and Green Day and a bunch of like skater bands, but those were like the main two that I would listen to in school. Outside of school, of course, it was my skater boy phase. Meaning they usually aren't Trainable like cats or dogs to live amongst humans without thinking of you as potential prey. That's true. Six pack, let's see the progress. Nah, man, yo, you're crazy, bro. Six pack, yeah, I want to get a six pack. I'm gonna try my best to work on my stomach. Like, that's literally all I need. I can work on my arms too. I've been working on my legs and my arms, but for the most part, I want to focus on my stomach to get that six pack. I'm getting close though. Getting close. I know because I can feel the burn. I can feel the burn less every time I work out. Because I mean I do a lot. I'll do crunch wise, like crunches. I've done 100 crunches or more. Um, so I'm not worried about that. Like the ones that kind of throw me off guard when I'm working out is the side crunches, is because there's main crunches where you just do the up and down, right? And then there's one where you turn your body while you're doing the crunches. Those are the ones that hurt the most for me. Like turning my sides and stuff, I feel like my whole organs and my, all my organs inside my body are like moving all over the place. But they're really not. It's just it feels that way. So I take it slow. Most have 128 gigabytes, but just the Apple OS takes like 30 gigabytes. That's crazy. Yeah, Bring Me to Life. I own that album. Yeah, I ended up buying it when I was a kid. I wish I would have kept it. It came with the cover. It came with everything. It was back when Evanescence was still, or like, it was back when CDs were around, right? And they had just released that album. I think a week prior to me buying it. So I was actually able to buy it kind of early ish. I still bought it kind of late. Everybody had already listened to it. Everybody was already talking about it in school. And then like I didn't join all the kids. Obviously, I had my own taste in music because of my dad and myself. Obviously, I wanted to listen to what I wanted to listen to. So like it was usually Eminem. Eminem helped me through a lot of tough times, bro. It'd be Eminem, and it'd be a lot of my rock music, like old school, like Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith. It was a bunch of rock. Like I said, classic rock for me was was everything. And then I became more into rap once, like I think it was in like 2020, 2021, 2020. I started listening to more rap, and that's what I listen to more now. It's more rap, but I still it's because I already know all my rock songs. Like all my classic rock songs, I know word for word. I know how to sing it in tone or like in tune. Um, because that's all I would do is practice a lot of my old school like music and just sit there and just kind of sing along with it. And then try to do it without the music with just the beat. Um, because my dad was real into karaoke, so sometimes I still kind of have that habit of like singing, of singing whenever we don't even have a karaoke machine anymore. Like just singing just to sing. But yeah, we used to do karaoke a lot. Me and my dad and my mom and my sisters. Um, and it was kind of funny because our voices were so bad, right? Like super bad, like voice cracking, and I remember trying so hard to impress my dad by doing a like a loud pitch, voice or like vocals and stuff, and I couldn't. Every time I tried a high like a high tone, my voice would just give out. Like if it would even crack, it would just legit give out. And then my dad told me, "Good luck with that, because you're never gonna be able to hit a high pitched sound, because I can't even hit it." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's hard. It's easy, but he's like, you have to get used to it. All right, you have there's a lot of training that goes into singing, that goes into like a lot of stuff in general in life. It's always practice." And I did not practice enough because my voice gave out every time. But now I can actually do high pitch like voices and stuff, like tones and stuff. So like this is one song that I sing, or that I like singing, by I think it's by Sean James. It's called Through the Valley. Such a great voice, bro. Such a great song. He actually did the music for The Last of Us Part 2 soundtrack. He did a song from, or that song Through the Valley was supposed to be for The Last of Us 2 soundtrack, or it is part of the soundtrack. I definitely had a different taste of music in my childhood. Yeah, I listened to a lot of heavy rock too. Like it was alternative rock, heavy rock, classic rock. Um, just like I said, rock in general. My mom, I did know rap because of my mom. I didn't listen to it, but I knew about it because, like I said, I was with my mom and my dad. Most of the time, I was with my mom because my dad was always in a band and he was always out. So for the most part, I said, yeah. I started knowing more rap because of my mom. She listened to like Tupac and Ice Cube, and like she listened to all the good music. um, Mine has always stayed the same. Video game OST for what? For music, video game like soundtracks. I think that's what you mean. What does OST mean again? I kind of forgot. Yeah, yeah, original soundtrack. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the original soundtracks are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't like remixes. I usually like the original. But yeah, video game sound, bro. There's so many good, like Halo, and that soundtrack was something else. I remember when I first played Halo and I heard the title screen, or the title screen soundtrack for Halo, and it just sounded so like holy. I don't know. Just, like, it was just so like, I don't know. It was like on a whole different level of like lobby music, theme music, or I guess like just starting music in general. And what got me hooked was that I played. Uh, we ended up playing it, like me and my dad. We beat it, and then there was like a two-player mode that you could play, where you could play with each other, and you could play like one person would be, Master Chief, who's green, and the other one would be like Master Chief, that's blue. Um, or sometimes they would even give you like, I think it was like red. They had black. They had, I don't know if they had purple. I don't think they had certain colors. They didn't have all of them. I think back then they didn't really care to do all the colors for Master Chief. Or it's not that they didn't want to, it was only a two-player game. And that's only after you beat the game by yourself. So back then there was a requirement to play two players on Halo. You had to actually beat the game. Well, at least that's what I know because we ended up buying it. We played it, and me and my dad wanted to play it throughout the whole story when I first started playing it. And we found out like midway, or like not midway, like in the beginning, we found out that we weren't going to be able to play until we beat the whole game. So midway, we're like, man, like we're never going to beat it. We ended up beating the game, and like playing two players was always so crazy to see a split screen because that's when they first started doing like split screen gaming and stuff like that. Which I thought was cool. Like half the screen, but then it got annoying, right? Because sometimes someone's screen was way bigger than the other. Like sometimes they could get the bigger screen and you got like the little small square. And nobody likes that, bro. I always hated when I had the small square because I'm real bad at seeing. So playing that game, like I was even worse. Me and my dad would play against each other too, like to fight against each other, and I would just kill him with the energy sword. Just auto lock onto him and just see him fly off the map. That was another thing too. Like in school, I used to love, bro. I'm not gonna even lie. I don't know if your school does this or if your school ever did this, but at the end of the year or the last day of school, it's usually the last day of school or last week for us. Um, but the last week of school, they let you basically just kind of chill out because I mean the whole year's already done. They already taught you what they needed to teach you. So they ended up having like this little carnival, or it was like for the good kids, for the kids that were behaving and doing getting their grades and stuff. We had like a little like what's the word I'm looking for? A special treat, if you will. They had like a little gaming um we went to the auditorium. They set up a bunch of gaming systems. They had Super Nintendo, they had GameCube, they had a bunch of different games, a bunch. And it was kind of like a carnival because you had to use tickets. Well, it was a different way of going to a carnival because the carnival you have to buy the bracelet and you use the bracelet to get into every ride. Well, the school we ended up getting like for all our good grades, they tallied up the scores or whatever. They would give us a good amount of tickets, and with those tickets, we could sit there and just play games. Um, they had Marvel vs. Capcom. They had Guitar Hero. They had the Dunkin' booth. I don't know if you guys ever went to a carnival. I've never seen a Dunkin' booth at a carnival here in Texas. So when they had that there, it was so fun because there was this teacher that he was real funny, right? He was always laughing, he was always making jokes, and he ended up being the guy to sit on the dunk. They call it a dunk tank. So he would basically make fun of people and stuff, and they sit there and they try to intimidate you so you can hit the button. Sometimes you get a little like you start laughing too much that you can't even throw the ball. Um, so he was making jokes, and I could not hit this target, bro. I kept trying. I spent like maybe four of my tickets, five of my tickets just to try to take him down, and every time I failed. Right. So on the last ticket, I think I had like 21. 21, maybe 30 tickets. And I used those wisely, right? As soon as I got him in the dunk tank, I went to go use the rest because every tick you would just use one ticket per game, didn't matter what game it was. Um, they had, like I said, they had. Hold up, they're already knocking on my door. I think we're gonna have to end it here, y'all. Yeah, they're gonna keep knocking. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here though. It's been fun. I will talk about it again. We'll pick up tomorrow. Cause I gotta go do some stuff outside. I'll probably just end it here, y'all. But it's been fun. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Much love to y'all. To the people that did ask me some questions. Appreciate you, Vampiric. Appreciate you, Emmanuel. Appreciate anybody, like I said, that did ask some questions. I appreciate y'all. That being said, my name is Vicious Bubbles. If you don't know me, get to know me. Come through to be the homie. I do hope you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, or great night, wherever time zone you boys and girls are from, all around the world. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, click that notification bell so you always get notified. Much love to each and every one of y'all, man. Appreciate all the people that have supported me since I first started the channel, and I appreciate all the people that support me in the future. It's all thanks to each and every one of y'all, man. Without the support of the people, there would be no streamers. So we appreciate the people, man. Make sure to share the video. Make sure to, like it up, comment, do all that stuff if you want, right? I appreciate it. And have a wonderful day. Y'all be safe.